Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Demanded Defenders video. Today we're going to be talking about my personal lineup and why I'm changing it and why you might want to change yours too. Um, I just finished shooting the why gear is the most important thing in this game. So if you haven't watched that video, you should definitely watch it. But this one's gonna be a good one though. Um, my current lineup as of right now is let me just re-equip the gear. But my current lineup is basically the first 8 heroes here. Yeah, it's the first 8 heroes here that I'm using. Whoops. So let me just. It'll be better if I go to the arena so you guys can see. My current lineup is this one here, and this is my current lineup that I use, and I'm going to be changing it. Not in this order, sorry. I just normally I have it like I now put there. Yeah. I now put there my reincarnation on Billy. But this is my current lineup that I currently use, like in this particular order. For this is my general one, right? But what I'm going to be using anyways, from now on is I'm going to get rid of my King Tut, and most likely I'm going to get rid of my Grim Reaper, and I'm going to bring in most likely either a third Iris, or I'll bring in Ramesses 2, and I'll bring in a second Billy kid here. And the reason for this change, this is what I'm most likely going to go with, this one right here, or I might go with or I might go with like something like this, but obviously like that reds up the 2 Billy kids here. Yeah, so either I'm going to go with something like this, or take away this guy and put in, like I said, Ramesses 2 instead of and obviously they will be 12-star, hey, like not the 7-star or whatever they currently have to. And the reason being is that since now you can awaken your characters, right? Like, what I mean by awakens, I know some of you are new, is do you see how Billy Kid has like this 2-star on him, right? See, like if you go to Thor, right, you can go to Awaken. So if you sacrifice a Thor, like an 8-star Thor, and if you sacrifice, it'll be better to show you of King Tut. If you go to King Tut here, and if you go to, see if I sacrifice him, and if I sacrifice like an 8-star, let's say this guy here, I can hit Awaken right now, and it'll sacrifice those characters to awaken this guy to make him into an 11-star. So like right now my Iris is an 11-star. So to get my Iris to a 12-star, I need to sacrifice a 9-star Iris as well as a 12-star of a character, right? That's how crazy it is. But anyways, with people being awakened, right? How do I I'm not even sure if I even have like a way of explaining it clearly. Let me go to here. Let me go to the finals here, and I'll show you. Verse like the first one here. Let's see if I can. You see how when somebody's up to fight, right? When the people pop to the side, like Billy Kid just did now, and attacked my Zora, like that's all because of the awakened abilities. That's all because of the awakened abilities. So like when a person goes to 11-star and a 12-star, like my Billy Kid just went out right now. Like I'm trying to wait for an example here. You see how his Ramesses 2 just got attacked? Okay, that's sort of like a bad example because his Ramesses 2 went down. But basically, when they come out to the side, right? But how it's... Yeah, this one was a really, really bad example. Oh my goodness, that was such a good attack. But anyways, most characters aren't lasting as long anymore. Like you saw, like I'm just gonna skip it. So I don't want to spend all day watching it. But let me hit back. Like the characters are losing like their value as the meta changes. So before, the Grim Reaper was one of the first few characters you can awaken, right? Like you can awaken every single character, but she was one of the first ones you can awaken. So she was really, really good, especially combined with the elemental, because she could live at 30% for so long. But now characters can't live at 30% as much as they used to, because they get assassinated by like people's awakened characters. So they're not lasting as long as they used to. So because I don't play the Moon faction, it's really hard for me to give up good gear to King Tut. And the more this game goes on, the more this gear sort of becomes worthless. Like this holy gear now at one point used to be very, very good, right? But now basically if you don't have like full Odin gear, like these, like at this level, like at like the higher end, right? Not like, like if you're at Hellas like 330, like not up around that level, right? But for the top end, anyways, this is why I'm changing my lineup. So a lot of this won't apply to a lot of you, but like this, all the characters have to have Odin gear essentially just to live, because there's so much damage being dealt out that it's even making HP drain even useless. Like I haven't made a video on it, but I switched over to Rage, and I'm never going back to HD drain again, especially for Billy Kid, because I found out how much, like how it works now a lot better, like the Rage ability, and then he's only at 25% Rage, right? But I'll make a video on that too. But and I actually will this time. I'm not just gonna say it and not do it. So I know I still have to do the tier list, but yeah, because it's not, because characters, they're just not being able to do what they used to do, which is like stay alive, like like keep healing themselves, keep regenerating themselves, keep using the HP drain to stay alive, right? Now this doesn't apply to you. Like I said, if you're still working on the Hellas Abyss in general, you should focus on that, because the HP drain does help you in there and stuff like that. And but it's just not as important anymore, because people just died too fast. So much damage is being dealt out by the awakened abilities. That's why the Grim Reaper has become like less important in the lineup, because she was able to stay alive, especially with this Blood Scythe. She was able to stay alive, keep herself at 30%, combined with the gemstones, with the elemental, especially with the large health pool, right? But now, because of the enormous amount of damage, as soon as she gets to 30%, she dies. Same with King Tut. Because he's not maximum gear, and because I haven't leveled up his weapon to like 1440, whoops, he's only at 1080, he's just dying, right? And obviously I didn't do anything with his refining, right? Because I didn't really care. But he's just dying too much. That's why that my new lineup is going to have Ramesses 2 most likely, and Awakened, of course, because he has a double life. So what you find a lot of people's lineup is doing now is they put for their second, like this guy's not doing it here, right? But like a lot of people put like, I don't want to accidentally fight him, but like a lot of people put like, do you see how this guy has his Ramesses 2? This is a coincidence because Ramesses 2 happens to be the best character, right? But a lot of people, they put a sacrificial character for their second one, because that person will eat up a lot of the weakened abilities. Like I'm starting to put Harmonia first, just because she has such a huge health pool that by putting a Harmonia first as my opener, she soaks up like a lot of people's awakened abilities. Now, it's not so important if you just focus on your server, right? Because on my server, it doesn't matter. Like, my only challenge is this guy, the second place guy, and he's not really much of a challenge. Uh, like, not to put him down. Like, I'm not saying like I'm so much better, but like I'm just saying it in terms of like for the tournament here, like for the Temple Wars, because that's when you verse like the best of the best. So like not really so much the best of the best, more so people like who spent more in the game. That's really what it comes down to. Is like I guess like like the whales fighting, right? But but it really does come down to whoever can soak up the most damage, right? And that's why I don't know why it's not letting me scroll down, but it does that a lot. It just freezes, but for whatever reason. But anyways, you need like somebody for your second lineup, like that will soak up. So like the first two characters are sort of like sacrificial characters, so they're going to die due to like whatever, right? So because of that, that's why I want to have the Ramesses too, so they can come back to life and have a chance of doing some sort of damage. That's why King Tut's sort of losing his value, but only in the Temple Wars, only when you're fighting like top end people. Besides that, King Tut is like an A tier, S tier. Like he's one of the best heroes in the game. So don't think that he's being knocked down. But if you main Moon, then level this guy up maximum. Like awaken him twice, like the king, like whatever, like King Tut, right? Like awaken him max, and put like max gear on him, max everything, and let him do his thing, right? He's one of the best. He's the only one that does. He's the only one that has his abilities in the game, right? It's very very valuable. But for now, because I don't main the Moon, Ramses 2 would be better on my team just simply because he can come back to life after he dies. And that's why that the Grim Reaper has to leave my team just because of that, because she's not being able to do her thing, like staying alive and draining people's life and then also healing, because she dies too quickly, right? Because she dies too quickly, and that's why that most likely I end up putting another Billy Kid. And the reason for another Billy Kid is because even if he dies right away, he can still come back to use what I call his wrath, even though it's not pronounced like that, at the end, right? So and he comes out and he just comes out blasting, does a ton of damage, and he can usually do what he's meant to do before he dies. But a lot of characters don't do that. And I would even replace Azora with another Billy Kid if it wasn't for that bonus. Like if it wasn't for this bonus here, I would honestly just replace, just have a team of Ares and Billy Kid. But that's basically it, guys. Is that so? Combined with that, if you really want to optimize your team, actually, because this advice won't apply to a lot of people, but yeah, this advice won't apply to a lot of people. But that's why I'm personally changing my and why going forward, anyways. And I'll show you guys my new lineup here, because as of right now, this is what it looks like, anyways. Not in this order. I usually put her first now. There you go. That's usually how I have my orders, like that. But I'm gonna put Ramesses 2 instead, wherever he's at, and I'm gonna put another Billy Kid. Probably said that like 10 times already. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, that's basically it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.